So when I first set up the light that I'm using for this video, I made the really terrible mistake of looking directly into the light as I turned it on. Damn it, Steve! Speaking of damn it, Steve, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about nicknames. We've all had them at some point in our lives. If somebody decides that the name that you have doesn't really fit the description that they see fits you, they will attribute a nickname to you that they think does. And in my lifetime, I've had quite a few different nicknames. Damn it, Steve is one of them. That originated in high school when I played basketball with some of my friends, and let's just say I'm really not very good at basketball. And no, I didn't play on the basketball team at my school. Those guys are awesome. I just played with my friends in gym class. In one of the games, I was doing so terribly that they started yelling out, "Damn it, Steve," whenever I made a mistake. And it also got to the point where whenever anybody made a mistake, they would just yell out, "Damn it, Steve." Didn't matter if it was me who made the mistake, they'd yell out, "Damn it, Steve," because someone made a mistake. And they also decided to actually call me Damn It Steve. You know, now that I think of it, Steve itself is a nickname. My full first name is Steven. However, most people call me Steve. It didn't used to be that way. Up until high school, most people actually called me Steven. But when I entered high school, they actually put my name as Steve, just plain Steve, no N, on the attendance list. So all the teachers started calling me Steve and introducing me as Steve, and all the classmates started calling me Steve, and eventually it just stuck. I got used to it. It's just a missing N. And now virtually everybody just calls me Steve. And with the nickname of Steve comes the inevitable nickname of Scuba Steve, which was immortalized by the movie Big Daddy. In middle school, people started calling me Scuba Steve just for the heck of it. This was still the time when most people called me Steven, but there were select few people who didn't call me Steve, but they called me Scuba Steve. As a matter of fact, there was this kid who moved into the neighborhood in the 8th grade who was also named Steve. And before that, I was the only Steve, or Steven, in the school. And once this new guy arrived, whenever somebody said, "Hey Steve," or "Hey Steven," both of us would turn around. So they basically just put us together and they said, "Okay, you," referring to the other guy, "you're gonna be Steve. You," referring to me, "you're gonna be Scuba Steve." And that's pretty much how that one was cemented. And speaking of Scuba Steve, that's where my YouTube username comes from. Partially, anyway. My YouTube username is ScubertYTP. The name Scubert originates from a conversation that a friend and I were having in the 8th grade. A friend of mine named Josh was trying to talk to me about something, and I don't remember exactly how the conversation itself was going up to this point, but he was trying to get my attention. And he didn't know my middle name. And you know how when you actually want to talk sternly to somebody, you say their middle name also. So he just looks at me, and he's like, "Steven Scubert Jensen." And that's how the nickname of Scubert originated. Now a lot of people are wondering what the heck the YTP stands for. Before I was Recipe for Insomnia Productions, I was Yesterday's Tomorrow's Productions. Hey, that's today! No shit. Yep, so the YTP stands for my old production company name. Of course, that was, like, in the very early stages. It wasn't even a production company. Now it's not a production company. It's just a dude talking to a camera in his room. So another nickname I think I should mention is one that arrived in high school. It was my freshman year, and it was gym class, and we were playing a game of soccer. I was playing on a team against this one unbelievably huge guy. Not fat huge, but he was really, really muscular, and he had to have been at least 6'5", or maybe 6'6", possibly taller. So what happened was, he kicked the ball towards me at an unbelievable speed. And because of my non-athleticism at the time, I'm just standing there waiting for the ball to hit me, and see if I can actually do something with it. I move myself over a little bit to try and get it to hit my thigh or my knee. Now it hits my thigh, but from where everyone else is standing, and because it was so close, it looked like it hit me in the no-no zone, or what could be most aptly characterized as the nuts. And because I was a stupid freshman and didn't really realize how close it was to hitting my unbelievably sensitive part of my anatomy, I didn't really react, I just kept playing. And everyone else is like, "Oh my god, man, is he okay?" Dude, I don't think that guy's gonna be able to have kids anymore. Nah, I think it just hit him in his ovaries. No joke, somebody actually said that last one. So after that, partially because of the incident, and trying to attribute it to the mascot of our school, which is the Steelman, I was given the nickname of Steel Nuts. That one stuck with me for a very, very long time. And because of how weird that nickname sounds, I had to pretty much explain the story anytime anybody called me that around somebody who didn't know what it meant. And boy, that happened a lot. So guys, there's an explanation of some of my nicknames and where they come from. So tell me guys, what are some of your nicknames and where did they come from? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little anecdote. Steve, out.